start. Hello disc golf fans and welcome to the 2024 Discraft Big Rip Classic presented by Ledgestone. This is a PDGA A-Tier 3 rounds over 3 days from the Eagles Landing course in Lumberton, Mississippi. You've got Run Productions bringing you coverage of this event as well as in booth. I am Felix.
And I am Conrad.
Conrad, happy to be back at this beautiful property. Great event, great community. Excited to be here for it again.
Oh yeah, we were here last year and it was a great time. This year they've made a few changes to make it even better.
Yeah, let's take a look at card coming up.
Take a look at our players here. We have Matty O. He is the winner from last year, looking to defend his title on a slightly modified course. We love this personality. This is Silas Schultz. He did not play this event last year, but he is rated at 10-11.
Yeah, Silas not a stranger to this event. He's played it in the past. Cameron Colglazier, who we've had on a couple times on the channel, also did not play in 2023. And a young face that we got to know last year at this event, Sylus Williams, who finished 10th out here in 2023. We're going to kick things off on a modified or a new hole one, so to say. Par 3 still 379 feet. If you watched coverage last year, you're going to notice the back end of this hole has been lengthened a little bit. Still the same shot shape, preferably a turnover backhand for the righties. But now instead of finishing right around here, you've got another 60, 70 feet back into a wooded line here that just provides a little bit of extra challenge at the end of the flight to try to get your birdie to start things off.
I honestly don't know if Matty O played the modified course before the start of the event.
I can answer that for you. He did not. He was asking for tips on some of the holes.
All right, so we have to decide now who's going to be Silas and who's going to be the other Silas.
Well, we can go big side, little side.
Okay.
Get some turn there. Clips early branch on the right side. Kicks him back over to the left side of the fairway.
Three-time Big Rip champion Cameron Colglazier.
And you can see that the left side, right side, the rough, you just typically don't want to be in either one. Want to keep it as clean as possible.
It was funny hearing some of these guys like Cameron Colglazier, who's played this at least 3 times in the past, talk about how much wider the fairways are in some of these places and how the rougher has gotten a little bit kinder. But if you look at it from our perspective, it's still menacing to get in there.
Oh, yeah. It looks a little low, and that landed in just about the right spot, but because it was low, it took that little cut roll over to the left, so he's going to be blocked from his birdie putt there. Ooh, Cameron having to crawl in there.
And he's just about gone. You can faintly make him out there looking to line up a forehand out.
That is a great out.
It really is.
May not give him a full look, but that is out in the fairway and back in the right place. And with the low canopy in the entry, it kind of limits your ability to really run at it. Like you can't give it a lofty bid because of the canopy. So you'll see a lot of this, just laying up, making sure that you don't take any unnecessary strokes.
Yeah, if you're not in there into this new cutout, basically no longer on the grass, it makes that birdie attempt much more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Matty O, our last chance for a birdie.
Ooh, just a little bit wide right.
Not going to get it. A little bit of a tough starting hole. 13 birdies on the day on this one, so one that's a little bit of a bonus to start your day.
Mm-hmm. A couple of par tap outs here. There's going to be this one bogey But it's early on, so you can still turn that around, no problem. All right, moving on to hole 2. It is a par 3. It's the same as last year, 331 feet. Again, the menacing on the left and the right with the rough. You want to take it out above the short tee pad here. Ideally, you want to land on the ground in between these two trees and kind of bump and run up. There really is no good look at a ace run here. We hate to say it, but if you do try to ace run, you can end up in the back there, and that right there can end up costing you additional strokes. So best thing play here is, like I said, the bump and run.
Yeah, this one playing much closer to par. Hole 1 actually came in at 3.19, so playing a little bit above par.
Mario didn't quite get the run he wanted off that bump, so he's just outside the circle. And from the tee pad, it's hard to tell from the camera angle or the drone, but it's not like a straight shot. Still needs to turn a little bit. That flip up from Silas, Big Size, was like ideal.
Yeah, very pretty.
Puts him right in line with the baskets. No, there's no up and down. Little side here.
Needs to get inside that last tree and maybe drift a little bit. It's a little caught up.
That's the best that he can take with that line. If he would have went any earlier, he wouldn't have had any type of look.
Yeah.
Here's the bump and run I'm talking about. Oh, that one didn't get much run up either.
Yeah, a little stymied at the end there. Cam playing with an open bag. I think the last time we had him on, he was on Team Prodigy. This time, getting to throw a few more different options into the mix.
There's Mario with his first bird of the round. It's interesting with the open bag player to see what modes they keep from the previous sponsorship, and like those like work their way into being staples no matter what. Ooh, little side just off the rim.
Yeah, I do know he's still bagging some of the older runs of his Emperors when he was with Team Infinite. So he's got some of the Cam Colglazier Emperors. Still in there. Those were a good run. I remember they were nice and stable, nice and pop-toppy, and the one he has is very pop-toppy.
All right, so we had two birdies, 2 pars.
Averaging out to a 3.
At Discraft, we don't wait to see what the future holds. We build it. The future is in your hands.
All right, and welcome back. We are on to hole 3, another par 3, 313 feet. A lot of threes in this one. This is a beauty of a hole. You can see just as the drone is flying down the right side, this is the path you want your disc taking. You're going to see more than likely 4 mid-ranges coming down on this right side. Just getting a touch of finish right past this last tree here in the middle and getting a little bit of subtle ground play. Green can be kind of fast here, so speed control is pretty paramount here as the back end of this hole comes up quick into that wood line.
Ooh, Mario using all of the fairway there.
Pink pine on the way there. Beauty of a shot.
Another flip up from Big Si.
Oh, friendly kick.
Yeah, puts him out in the open.
No, that
Inside the
was a
circle.
mid-range. That might have been a putter for him.
Little Si following that same line. A little bit more juice on his.
Getting some love from Maddie there on a good shot.
Oh, wow. That held the entire way.
Oh, that was fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And checks up right before the wood line there. 4 really good shots here on this hole.
Oh, it's going to go in.
Good hit
Big
there
Si
from
in with
Si.
the first bird.
Getting the party started in what I would assume is going to be a star frame here. I think these guys are... Well, Maddie's got some work to do. Let's see.
That's nothing for Maddie. That's nothing.
On the right side, drops on in for his birdie. 2 in a row there for Matty O, defending champion. Big breath there for Silas. No stranger to big moments. He had some big moments last year on the coverage, and that one just slips left. Cam picking up the birdie here. This hole played exactly to par. 3.0 on the nose.
Man, it could have been just under if little Cy would have made that. I know he wanted it. That's for sure.
Sure did.
All right, moving on to hole 4. It's another par 3 coming in at 321. This is a nice turnover shot here. I'm trying to see if the drone is going to take the right path or not. Not exactly. Drone takes the inside route. You really want to go outside that tree there in the middle. Those are the 2 trees to beat on the turnover. If you don't beat those, you're going to be kicked left or right. Coming into the green, Felix said it before, these play kind of fast, so speed control will be important. It's a little bit more difficult when you have this shot where you're not actually seeing where you're landing exactly. It's kind of blind from the tee. And Matty hits the tree that he wanted to beat.
Yeah, it's fun watching Mattio's approach to some of the newer holes. This one is the same as last year, but he did change up discs. Last year he was throwing what he calls his 2-iron, which is his Fusion X Melted Maverick, and this year he's throwing a lot of the signature hatchet that he has from Westside, which is a little faster, but he says holds the line a little bit longer than the Mavericks did for him.
Big side there, missing the tree, but ending up a little bit short. I don't know if that has enough turn on it. It went outside, but it didn't have enough turn. So he's pinned high, possibly even inside the circle, but just over there in the rough.
Oh, please.
Oh, man. Oh, that's a nasty kick back in there. He might not have an option to even give himself, a look for par unless he
just a pitch out,
Yeah, there it is.
Matty-O with a simple chip up.
Working on what he calls his Kristen Tatar forehand approach with that harp. Good shot.
Little side. Yep. Trying to manage the damage there.
So it's going to be 3 in a row here for Silas. Ooh.
He tried to lift it up with his leg, but it didn't quite go in.
That rarely works, from my experience.
Because you don't do it right.
Probably correct. What you call it? He's circle's edge, maybe? No, circle 2, but I don't know if he has
circle
the look.
2. He's definitely pinned high, but I don't know about the look either.
Oh.
Well, he clarified that he did have a look.
He did.
Just a little high.
Fortunate bogey there for little side, but not really much you can do when you're in that early on the left side.
Yeah. Again, he did what he could to manage the damage.
Couple of pars left for these guys to tap out here before we move on to our first par 4. And here is that par 4. It is hole 5, 455 feet. Tight right side. Need to manage a hyzer coming through here. Bending past this left tree here. And you have these kind of crisscross trees that kind of mark the left side of the fairway. Anything that you can get to land around that blue marker there gives you a higher percentage look coming down the chute here. A little bit of downhill coming in with some trees on the left-hand side, right side a little more open. We'll see some kind of flexing shots coming in on either backhand or forehand here to land near this green as close as you can. It's a running theme here. The greens here are fast for the most part.
Well, at least in this section of the course.
Yeah. That looks
That is
perfect.
ideal. I mean, right next to the blue stone. He just created the new tee pad right there.
He must have heard my description on the flyover.
I think this one played as the second hardest hole on the day here.
I can believe it. If you don't execute the tee shot here, you're in scramble mode early.
Really? Yeah, if you don't execute both shots,
Yeah.
you may not be able to look at a par.
So far 2 for 2, looking to make it 3 for 3 on good drives.
Yeah.
That should be just fine. The right side is a little tricky. It kind of it gets thin quick if you're going down that right side on your second shot.
Ooh.
That kick might have helped, actually. He's
I'm
not
not
loving
sure.
it, but I think it helped. We'll see.
I think if it would have got past that, he would have skipped back towards the middle there. Because last year he threw a similar shot and he got way down there.
Wow. That's so good.
Textbook.
So good. And he loves it. Look at him. Yeah, he's fine here. He's pretty much where Big Si was. Similar line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a cool signature he has there.
Ooh.
That'll
Hit one of the
last
Guardians
streak.
coming in. Yep.
Yeah. Usually Matty goes Warden there. I don't know if that was his Warden or his Maiden. That one clips early right side and gets kicked back towards the middle.
So we're looking at 2 long putts here. Circle 2 putts for birdie. One from Maddie, one from Cameron.
Long bit here.
Just wide to the right.
Yeah. Good committed bid, though. Cam a little closer here. Still deep in circle 2, though. Man. Looked like Silas has put a couple holes back. There's a clean stroke there for Sylus Williams. Getting
Which
the birdie.
Silas were you talking about?
Big Si from a couple holes ago. Matty taking his time here. That's one thing that you'll notice about Matty O is it doesn't matter if it's 15 feet or 45 feet. He sticks to his routine, takes his time, doesn't take these putts for granted. And that's how you stick around for as long as he has been on tour, getting wins. Fantastic birdie there for both Silases.
And then 2 pars. All right, on to hole 6. Want to give a brief shout out to the core sponsor here, Disc and That. Hole 6 is another par 4 coming in at 405. You got this fairway on the left, which is the true fairway that you want to try to shoot all the way down. Trying to keep something straight for 405 feet is not a small feat, but can be done. If you go off on the right, it's hard to get back to the fairway, and if you go off on the left, just go ahead and count that extra stroke. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Another flip up from Big Si, but it flips too much, hits the tree, and then kicks over to the left. He did at least make it a long way down the fairway before he got to the left, so that'll be a little bit better. But ooh, little Si hits early.
Yeah.
Slipped right up.
and he's right up against that tree. That's going to limit his options there on what he can do.
He needs to hurry.
Oh.
Ooh, good kick.
Saw what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
Just off just a bit.
Hold it.
He wants it to hold, but it does not.
Yeah, it just gets swallowed up by that last bit of bush line there.
Yeah, it still made a good amount of distance before he got over there, so he may have some options to be able to actually save par. Oh my goodness. I can't
Right
even
up
watch
against
this.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. My body would not allow me to do that whatsoever.
Oh, fully committed swing
Oh.
too.
Ooh.
Oh, that deserved better.
Yeah.
Still getting some progress though.
And he's still in the middle, so I mean, it didn't kick off to the rough.
Did want to
I, for
mention,
one, was not expecting that.
yeah, that's oh my gosh, the unconventional route to there for
Can't tell where the back. I don't know.
Matteo.
So I can't tell if it's like 2,000 long or.
Did want to mention with this being a Discraft event, if you saw the ad before, some of our Discraft discs were on there. We actually have a sale going on the website, so if you go to acerunpro.com and check out our Discraft selection, they're actually discounted down quite a bit from the original pricing. Just something we like to do for around this time of year and kind of in correlation with this event. So if you're looking for some cool Discraft discs and you want to help support the channel, check out acerunpro.com and check out our selection of Discraft. Let's see what Silas has left here.
Yeah, Little Sai had a nice little upshot there. Big Sai. Another nice upshot.
Pretty much almost in tapping range there for the birdie still. So
Yeah.
no harm, no foul there. In the meantime, Cameron going off on another adventure.
Is this? How did it? I'm not sure where he is anymore.
He's on the right side, off the fairway. I'm assuming gonna have to look up and over, because he's just still trying to get in position.
Oh,
to
there.
his
Okay,
disc.
there's. Okay, now he's to his disc. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Doing what he can. This is Maddie for the birdie, and he gets. That's one of the most unconventional birdies you'll see on this hole.
Yeah. And those stakes that you see back there, they do not indicate out of bounds or anything of the sort. They're just to keep vehicles from entering the course from there.
Yeah. Couple of pars here. This is one you want to get. It's playing 0.15 below par, so not a drastic amount under par, but still one that you look at as a pretty gettable par 4 here on the stretch. And you've got a relatively tougher one coming up next.
I'm actually surprised that that's under par. All right.
Back at it here at hole 7. This par 4 coming in at 682 feet. One of the new changes to the course this year. Last year, this was a par 3, a long one still, but not quite this long. The new hole 7, you want to play a hyzer right-hand side, dumping back just short of this hillside here. Your second shot then will kind of be a blind one up and over. Danger behind the basket. As you can see, the water line comes up pretty quick here. If you can land it on the ridge, more power to you, but most players are just going to kind of lay it up short.
Yeah, at this point in the round, talking to the spotter, he said no one had landed up top on the ridge. Everyone basically landed in a traditional landing spot in the fairway.
Yeah, kind of trying to go for that ridge. If you don't get there, you're also kind of putting yourself in bad footing. Being there on the flat there where Matteo is, that gives you an advantage. You might not see the target, but these guys know where the pin is. Well, except Matteo is kind of playing blind.
He can walk up there and see it.
That's true. Silas
And
really getting a hold of this one.
Oh, that's way up. Oh, that's made the ridge for sure. And he is up there. Now, that may technically be considered rough, but yeah, he'll have a clear look at where the basket is for sure.
That's some impressive power there. I did want to also shout out, he's the current reigning junior 15 and under world champion.
Oh.
So Sylus Williams, a name to keep in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Matty, touchy.
Okay. Took a little bit off, but still left from there. From being by the basket, there is actually a route that you can approach if you were further left, from the left without having to go through this right gap. It's still, the water is always in play. Just like there.
Yep.
But there is a gap over there on the other side as well. Not as big, not as prominent, but it's there. And this is what you were talking about with the footing here. He's on the slope, so.
Go with that.
Luckily.
Razor claw. That looks great.
Yep. Nice little standstill there. And yeah, so I can see the basket, but I don't think it was any easier getting to it. Although he did a very good job.
He certainly did. Looks to be just outside the bullseye. Matteo first to act here.
Ooh.
Luckily, that didn't get a bigger kick off of that tree. He could have found out of bounds on that right side.
Ooh, sit down.
Tough hole here for Cam. Unfortunately, finding that OB on the second shot there.
And then finding the basket, on the third there, so, or its fourth stroke.
I thought this one would play a little harder, but according to the stats, it's played exactly the same as the previous par 4. They're both .15 under par.
I can see it. There's not a lot that you can get in trouble off the fairway, off the drive. So it's all about your approach. And it gives and it takes away.
Yep.
We have a new hole 8 here as well, you'll see, over the water. Here's a par 3 coming in at 343. There is a path to take over on the right. I don't think any of our pros are going to take it, but some of the AMs may have taken that hyzer route there. Most of the play we're going to see is the way the drone is flying over the water, coming, crashing into the green, and sticking, hopefully close to the pin, if not in it. I'll give this one a ace run potential there.
Yeah, the green is a little bit more sticky on this one than some of the previous ones. Not that fast pine straw that we see throughout the beginning of the course. Silas wanting this one to go, and he's fine. About 25 feet.
I think he wanted to really make sure he got past those trees and didn't have to worry about getting knocked away. That right there is a great shot. That's not a simple turnover. When you have the wind coming off the water, like it's always there.
Yeah.
And then still trusting the disc to do his work to get over there. Now, Matteo, oh my goodness.
Having never thrown the hole, I think he's got the right disc for it.
Yeah, I think it's dialed in already.
Lower route for Cam. Right next to Silas Schultz.
Mm-hmm. So a little side first to strike. And he gets that bird.
Good putt, just left side of the stripe. On hyzer. Nice and clean.
Ooh, wow. That looked weird out of his hand.
Yes.
I don't know if it's stuck or...
Another low one there for Cam. Bit of an anomaly or just a weird coincidence. This is the third hole in a row that is playing exactly .15 below par.
I'm just about sure that's not a typo, so.
No?
Matteo with his simple little tap in bird, and we have another par from Cam there.
One hole left on the front. and we're closing out this front 9 with hole 9, par 4. A little bit of a tweak to this one as well. This one now coming in at 756 feet out of bounds, lining the landing area here. As you can see, it gets thinner and thinner as you get closer here. These guys are going to be playing big hyzer on the right-hand side, having to crash down, then either laying up on their second shot, depending on where they landed, or trying to go across this waterway here, putting them into this stenciled island here. Again, OB surrounding it both sides. And the wind can play a factor here. You got the wind coming off of the water here on your left-hand side.
And that is the ideal landing zone right there. Yeah, this is a combination of 2 old holes to make this new hole. So if you saw last year's coverage, you look somewhat familiar, but not exactly. That's why.
Yeah. This was the hole where little Silas hit a big putt after getting a drastic roll away.
Oh, yeah.
Schultz pushing this one out. Plenty of hyzer. Just needs to hurry back over, and that looks good.
Does. Yep. So far, so good. Everyone in the landing zone. I think from where they're at, most of them will opt to go for the green. See if Cam can join them.
Oh, I was going to say, that looked a little too inside, and it gets caught up there. On the left side, OB. He does have the option to pull this back.
Yeah.
He's not taking a lot of that room back, though.
This is a very delicate shot needed off of a slope, and he executes that.
Ooh.
Just enough. Just enough. Any more would have been OB, so that right there is great.
That was one of those emperors that he has in the bag there.
Mario playing the hyzer to drop in, and he is inbounds inside the circle. Looks like Silas, big side next, looking to line up the hyzer as well. It's kind of steep coming in. All right. It's even closer inside the circle. Looks like the sand on this green is really helping to stop these discs on this on the angle that they're coming in on. Yeah. That looks really good. Wow, yeah. Okay. Got 4 for 4 sticking it on the green here. Cam with a long look here to try to save the par after going out of bounds on the drive. Another cage hit. Third in a row there. Nice. Squeaking it in there for the birdie. Bringing him the 5 down so far on the front 9. Strong start for the defending champion here. Silas to get to 6. And Little Si making his to get down to 3. They made it look easy. This played at 0.88 strokes above par. One of the more difficult, actually the most difficult hole on the day here. Yeah, I can see it. With the OB, the wind, the island, all of it comes into play. Yeah, a lot of factors, but lead card or feature card here dissecting it nicely. Let's take a look at our leaderboard here. You seldom see that someone is in first place through the front 9 when the rest of the field is either in or still playing, but Silas is up there, Maddie's up there, the whole card is up there in contention through the first half. Yeah, it's been fun to watch here, and we've got more action coming your way. This is only round 1. We still got the back 9 coming your way. Check us out on all of our socials at Ace Run Pro. We've got a lot of off-season content coming your way, so if you're digging more stuff like this, check us out because we're only going to give you more and more throughout the year. Big shout out to our Ace Runners over on Patreon. Check us out at patreon.com/AceRunPro to become an Ace Runner for as little as $3 a month. We appreciate all the support, guys. Thanks for joining us here for the 2024 Big Rip. We'll see you right back here for the back 9.